We are back again, and today I've got a couple of different topics that I want to cover. First, I'm going to say good luck to my Cowboys tonight against the Detroit Lions. We need that win. Go Cowboys. Okay. So, today's lesson, all right? You guys have heard me talk about how to deal with your MAGA family members, how to tell them, especially when they say, oh, this is not what I voted for, blah, blah, blah. And how that's code word for that's not what they voted to happen to them. They didn't care that it happened to anybody else. They just don't want it to happen to them. So, the reason I bring that up is because Marjorie Taylor Greene, she's been doing the rounds on the podcast saying, oh, how things are so divisive and how there's so much negativity in politics and how women are treated a particular way. Well, Marjorie, let's not forget, you didn't have a problem with the way that Kamala Harris was treated. You didn't have a problem the way AOC was treated. You have a problem the way Ilmar was treated. You just have a problem with the way that you're being treated. Now it's a problem. Okay? Now we got that one. That's number one. All right? Something else that I noticed. When a woman is a Karen, what comes to mind? What do you think of when somebody says, oh, she's a Karen? You're thinking, middle-aged or older white lady that wants to go talk to the manager type thing, right? She could be loud, she could be yelling, she could be cursing, she could be using racial slurs, it doesn't matter. She could be saying, go back to your country, yada, 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 yada. She could be calling the police because you got a water stand, whatever the case may be. But it's always a white lady, right? Why is it that when the same thing happens and it's a black woman, she's not called a Karen, she's called ghetto? Now, I want you to think about the psychology behind that. White woman Karen, black woman ghetto. What do you associate with ghetto? Poor, low income, lower class, something along those lines, right? Well, that's the thing for MAGA folks, okay? They don't understand, they don't associate being lower class with themselves. Whether they live in a trailer park or they're on Section 8 or they get food stamps or SNAP, they don't think of it like that. They think that at least they're not black or brown, right? So here's the other thing that they will do. They will listen to some rich dude, some rich white dude wearing a Rolex in his $500,000 house, talk to them about affordability. Oh, this is what's affordable for... They don't live in normal America. But for some reason, MAGA folks listen to them as if this is my next door neighbor. He understands me. No, he doesn't. He is just looking for his next tax break so he can pay less in taxes on his $500,000 house that's on 10 acres than you pay for your 2-bedroom bungalow on 3rd Street. That's really all it is. And it's unfortunate that they don't see that, okay? When they're talking about, they don't talk about how unemployment is up. They don't talk about how prices for groceries are up because they don't go to the grocery store, okay? Now, the last thing, and this is just a side note, just something that Trump was talking about, and I just know that this is going to be something MAGA holds on to. Apparently, there's a little Somali community in Minnesota, and now all of a sudden, this is the worst thing in the world. They're going to replace us. These Somalis, these Muslims are going to come in, and they're going to replace white America. Right? Sound familiar? Sound like something that they would say? Here's the math, okay? Here's the math. And then I'm not saying this to bring attention to somebody else's problems, but I'm just saying this is how ridiculous it is. There have been Asian people, whether it's Chinese people, whether it's Vietnamese people that have the little stores and the shopping malls or whatever. There have been Asian Americans here in the country, in their own little communities since before I was born. Every major city has a Chinatown or something similar, some sort of Asian cultural center or something along those lines. But nobody ever talks about, oh, they're going to be replacing us. They're in every major city. But all of a sudden, this little Somali community that's got like 200 people, that's what's going to, like, come on, man. Think about that for a second. Just think about that for a second. Anyway, that's all I got for you today. And you guys have a good afternoon.